ah, finally, finally, I can be myself on my YouTube channel. That's what we're going to talk about today. Today that I'm recording this is September 25th, 2024. And what has happened to me in the past few weeks, I'm going to talk about just to get it off my chest and just to heal a little bit, you know? Let's get right to it. Have you ever heard in your mind that little monkey on The Lion King say, "It is time, it is time"? And on my YouTube channel, I'm going to put that right there because honestly, that happened to me recently. And I gotta say, that's happened to me several times in my life when I just made a major transition in my life. And some of this that I'm going to be talking about, I have used the pruning shears of revision to revise it. And I'm going to intersperse certain words that, will make it make sense. But I have to say, on Monday, September 23rd, 2024, I resigned from my job. Yeah, I got fired, but I'm not sad about it. In fact, it's a blessing because I had been living with anxiety in this job for a long time, a long time. And I wasn't able to be myself. And that's why I started this video with, I get to be myself. And I'm so excited about it because here's what happened. I was trying to be something that this company did not hire me to be. Um, I was trying to be the corporate wellness professional that I am, and they didn't want that. They wanted a fitness instructor. Basically, I outgrew the job. And by them firing me resigning, they did me a favor. But in the process, as we all do, I held on so tightly to my comfort zone. I was in a huge comfort zone and I thought I was doing the right thing, but it just didn't turn out that way. And that's okay. I go easy on myself and it is what it is. But they honestly did me a favor because if I had stayed there, I would have stayed there. I just would have stayed there and I wouldn't been able to expand my business and my horizons and make a difference or like Kendra Hall says, make a dent in the universe. Or Steve Jobs also says that, by the way. But I can connect the dots looking backwards so easily. Steve Jobs also says that. And I have to say, it was really a blessing in disguise. But the struggles that I went through before for the last few weeks have been really, really difficult. Really difficult. And I would say it's been the last month. They had planned it. I could connect the dots looking backwards now, and they had planned it, but they did me a favor. I hold absolutely no resentment at all because resentment is not a good thing. Actually, they did me a favor because I was not going to leave. I was not going to leave. I was going to stay there, and I wouldn't have been able to do what I vision. I have a huge vision, but yeah, I was mistreated. Yeah, I was bullied, but they honestly did me a favor. It was such a blessing because I just would have stayed there. That's not okay. That's not okay. Don't stay in your comfort zone just because it's your comfort zone. That was my lesson, and I've done that. And so I have been with this company for 12 years, almost 12 years. It was part of me. It was my existence. It was my identity. I identified with this way too much. I put way too much importance for reality transurfing people. That was importance. And I put way too much importance on it. And I shouldn't have done that. Now, should is a dirty word. And you know, I say that all the time. Let's go let Rusty in. How about that? Come on. Come with me. Look at the look. He's so cute. All right, buddy. Come lay on the couch while Mama does her video. Man, I look forward to doing real content now because what happened was I was back, held back, and I actually got called out for putting content online about the way that I had been treated at this job. Yes, it was unfair. Yes, it was wrong. But yes, even more bigger yes, it was a great thing. It was a great thing. Am I scared? Absolutely. But do I have a whole lot of faith and a whole lot of support in my world? Also, absolutely. It's awesome. I want to state in this video because I know my friends that I used to work with and I used to coach and I used to help in fitness and training and all of that. And even the people who so called bullied me. You didn't bully me. You did me a favor and I appreciate it. And I can't stress that enough. Number one. Number two, I want to tell those that I coached because what happened was that it was a huge shock to everyone. Everybody got scared, and I was scared too at the first. I was in shock. I went through the stages of grief, and I probably still will because I loved that job. I loved that company. I loved what it stood for. I loved what I could have done there. I had potential, but they didn't want that. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. They want a fitness instructor. And actually, that's what I started as. I started as a fitness instructor there and I was training people. And don't get me wrong, I love that part of the job, but I'm as old as the Super Bowl. Go Google it, whatever. But I have to say, I don't want to be training in the gym in a couple of years. I just don't. I want to train people. Yes, I still have clients that I train outside of there. But that's not my aspiration. My aspiration is to do something bigger. Having said that, those that I coached, I really want to state this. This is really, really important. Do not be angry at them. Do your job. Do the best you can. Be loyal to them, be kind to everyone you work with. I'm not a victim. You're not a victim. And I talk about victim-victimizer all the time on this channel. And I'll have a link in the show notes and description below to all of my blog posts on victim and victimizer because we are not victims of our circumstances. I wrote my book, The Truth Bubbles Up. And when I wrote that book, if I signed it for somebody, I said, let's remember we are not victims of our circumstances. That's it. Plain and simple. We are not our circumstances. And things happen to us, but they happen for us. And this happened for me. And if you worked with me, you know this happened for you as well. And it's not a bad thing. And actually, it's a huge blessing and a favor. I now can actually talk about the things I want to talk about, which has nothing to do with the victim mentality over there. I will never do that. I won't even go there on camera. I'm human. I had freaking bad anxiety I would say, for the last 3 weeks. I've had really bad anxiety. And I mean, even in the middle of the night after this happened, I mean, I saw this coming. I could connect the dots looking backwards and I saw it coming. And it is what it is. And it was really, they did me a favor. So at the very beginning of this, I talked about how I did revision on my situation because what I did was to help me look at everything from a kind and loving perspective. I I revised it to the fact that I resigned from the job. I resigned because I had outgrown it and our priorities were not the same. And I get that. I'm not going to tell somebody how to run their business. And that's what I was kind of trying to do. I was trying to force myself into a position that I really didn't need to do. And I felt unappreciated for all I had been doing because as long as I'd been there, I'd never had a job review. I've never had anybody review me. And in fact, I got a raise back in July, and my supervisor came out and told me, "Yeah, you got a cost of living increase." And I was like, "Well, okay. No thanks for your service. No thanks for your time." And I just had to reward myself instead of that. And when I look at how communication happened inside there, I could see how they were getting tired of my trying to run a corporate wellness program inside there. They don't want that. That was me trying to tell them how to do their business, and that's not okay. I never got a job review, so I felt unappreciated. And I that is not okay too. I want to go somewhere where I'm appreciated. I have so many gifts to offer that if I stayed there, I wouldn't have been able to offer the gifts that I have because I couldn't run my business. I had to be there 40 hours a week, and I couldn't go on customer calls, and I couldn't really expand my clientele because if I did, I would have been conflict of interest with them and I was loyal to them because that's just the way I am. And it's all okay. I want you to know it's all okay. And going through the dark night is troubling. It's troubling to wake up in the middle of the night and have major anxiety, but that's not their fault. I'm not the victim. I worked through it. I processed my emotions. I felt them. And in fact, this video right here is healing for me. And it's healing for hopefully them. And we can all just move on and everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. So when the little guy goes, it's just time. And I've heard him several times in my heart, in my soul, he was telling me it is time for change. And guess what? Now I can be myself on my YouTube channel. I don't have to talk bad about anybody, and I will never do that. But I will talk about corporate wellness in a way that makes a dent in my little corner of the universe, and you will see. I look forward to more videos just like this. And in fact, I'm going to do some walking videos where I just talk to you even outside and just you're going to see a new Kathy. You're going to see the Kathy that's been held down and pushed back and pushed down for many, many years. And I look forward to um, sharing stuff just like, all right. Thank you for watching today's video. I trust that you found it helpful. If you know someone who can benefit from this, please share it with them. And until next time, I will see you next time. Peace out and namaste. Yeah.